It's a device that can actually detect COVID. Yale researchers have taken a huge step in technology that will tell you if you've been exposed.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Matthew Campbell is live at Union Station with more on the interesting science behind all of this. Pretty incredible, Matthew.
Yeah, Aaron and Mark, it is. Here we are inside Union Station, and could COVID be here? Maybe. I mean, that's the thing about this virus. It's invisible. You won't know if you've encountered it until you get tested or until you're showing symptoms. But Yale researchers have developed a device that will tell you if you've come into contact with COVID.
While people are still lining up at the Strong School today in New Haven to get tested for COVID, across the city and the departments of Environmental Health Sciences and Chemical and Environment Engineering at Yale, researchers have found a way to hone in on the virus.
We're able to identify specifically an exposure event, and we can also tell you the concentration at which you are exposed.
That all-important data comes from this small wearable device called the Fresh Air Clip. The device is not going to give readings or results in real time. The clip simply collects air samples. Researchers from Yale School of Public Health initially created it to detect air pollutants. DARRYL explains.
This film will allow airborne particles to passively deposit onto the surface of this clip.
When COVID hit, researchers pivoted because this film can also capture virus particles.
We can detect levels of SARS-CoV-2 in the air that are lower than the infectious dose.
What that means is that this device is highly sensitive to COVID and it's highly accurate. When the device is turned in, the samples get run through this machine, which will give more accurate results than a home test.
Using PCR technology that will then tell us if there was any COVID detected in the sample and at what concentrations.
Researchers put it to the test last year between January and May. 62 Connecticut residents wore the clip to their jobs at hospitals, homeless shelters, and restaurants. Others wore it to the gym and the grocery store. 5 of the 62 devices came back with a positive COVID sample.
4 of those were among restaurant workers, and 1 was within the homeless shelter staff.
While the device returned positive readings, this does not mean the person wearing it was positive.
We will just tell you you should quarantine or get tested because you did have an exposure event.
Now, after watching this, you may want to get your own device. Well, you're going to need to wait a little bit. It's not available commercially just yet, but researchers say they are working to get it out to the public. That is the latest live here in New Haven. Matthew Campbell, Channel 3 News.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Matthew, thank you very much.